Dear friends, it's about time we recognize that financial capital in our country is dominating the country, and it is denuding the middle class as well as the working people. They are foreclosing on houses and homes and doing it illegally. They now practically admit it because of the newspaper articles which have exposed what's happening, where papers for thousands and thousands, tens and hundreds of thousands of legal battles on the foreclosures are not even being looked at by the financial institutions, and merely sign okay and go ahead and take away the house and then sell it again for another profit. Is that the way the country should run? Isn't it time we woke up and decided that the country is too much being run by the finance capitalist group of the capitalist system in our country, which is responsible also for the economic crisis that has pulled most of the world down? It is unfair, it is inhuman, and that's why I'm telling you that you better open up your eyes, because if they should win the election into the right wing of the Republican Party, we are apt to go even deeper into taking most everything away from the prerogatives of people who work and built up this country. Wake up. I think the solution at the moment has to be put Democrats in. At least they're most of the way working to help the people, most of the way. But if we lose the Congress to the right wing and what I call the Vodka Party, the Tea Party, we are in more trouble than now. Now, just to give you an idea of the immensity, these are people, we bailed out some of them in the depressed period of 2008 and into 2009. They were the only ones that got bailed out. We haven't bailed out any other economic group in our country. On the contrary, it's getting worse, and nobody has any idea when we will be able to build up the economy. As a matter of fact, I read something about a Mr. Bloom that the president sent out to talk to industrial capitalists, asking them to increase their businesses and to create more jobs. And they were told that they cannot get loans from the banks. The banks are being controlled by the finance capitalists in this country. They can't get it, and they made a suggestion to the president, which is very unusual. They said, why don't we study what China is doing with their industries? They got out of an economic crisis quite quickly. And I know what he meant, because what the Chinese have done, they have been loaning government money to privately owned industries in order to help them grow and to put in high tech, because that is what is going to create a more industrialized society and resolve some of the economic problems that result from economic crises. And I'm not opposed to loaning money to industrial capitalists to build up their organization and their production and create more jobs. I think that's what the country needs. Now, I hope that the president proposes it, because when he proposed a few weeks ago that we set up a fund that would loan money to workers who want to start small and medium businesses, it was turned down without even any consideration by the Congress. And that happens to be what the Chinese started to do a year and a half ago. And of course they ran into a particular problem, because many of the people they loan money to don't have the experience in their country on running a business. So now they have to train them how to run a business, but that's their problem. It would be a good thing if we would loan some of our workers and middle-class people money to set up businesses, because we have a background of knowing how to run a business among many workers, and everybody knows that. So let me tell you some of the names of the people who are of the finance capitalist group that is really running the show and pulling the plug on all of the foreclosures. Just to read some that were in the newspapers in the last few days, is Bank of America Corporation. It's the Alley Financial Incorporation of the GMAC. It is the mortgage unit of the GMAC. It is J.P. Morgan Chase and Company. J.P. Morgan Chase and Company. Everybody knows that name. And then there's PNC Financial Service Group. Four that were named in the newspapers, and then a good number of newspapers indicated that there are many more. In other words, there is a virus in our economy that is being injected by finance capital. What is necessary is that we will now recover until we bring financial capital into obeying the law and are punished for what they've done, taking away the livelihood and the living possibilities of people in our country with total disregard of law and humanity. Wake up, my friends, wake up, and let's at least make an effort to elect Democrats, although I don't agree with every one of them, but elect Democrats at least, so that the Congress is still with a little majority in the Congress, so that we have some way of pushing the president to use it and stop making compromises all over the place. I thank you very much for listening, and I hope you will echo what I have had to say to you. We've got to expose the financial capitalist group that's been raising hell with our economy and hence with the lives of all of our people, let alone what we've done, what they have done to the rest of the world that is still suffering. I thank you.